Hey, this is Mike from the Silver Standard. Last time we talked, we went over Airman Snuffy getting to tech school and a couple of things that he's going to need to do to get himself set up. One of which was getting a cell phone, and another of which was getting himself set up with a credit card or two. Something to build credit in the early stage of his wealth building. So today we're going to go over his initial budget for his first 2 months of tech school. So let's get started. All right, so his base wages, based on his time and grade and his pay grade, 1403 a month. So that's the entirety of his income. He doesn't have any investments to speak of yet, so we won't be worrying about that. Here are the withholdings from his paycheck. We got federal taxes at a 10% withholding rate. We've got FICA, Social Security, and Medicare, and then the 50 cents a month to the Air Force retirement home, which amounts to a total of $237.32 that Airman Snuffy never sees of his paycheck, which leaves him with a usable income of just over $1165. So how are we going to use this income? Well, he doesn't have any housing expenses really to speak of. He can purchase a very cheap renter's insurance policy to protect his belongings, as well as maybe every month or so he buys a couple of air fresheners to keep the room smelling nice. As far as utilities, he doesn't have any major utilities to speak of. No electricity, no gas, no water. But he does have that $60 a month cell phone bill. So we'll keep that under utilities. As far as food, he'll probably spend about $50 a month on random groceries or maybe going out to eat once or something. And then as far as transportation, he's not going to have a car yet, so he's not worried about car payment, insurance, gas, maintenance on his vehicle. As far as other, though, we've got this budgeted for maybe public transportation or a bicycle or something of that nature. As far as debt payments, he doesn't have any student loans, no credit cards, no other loans. So nothing to worry about there, which is great. It's a great position to be in. Further on down the line, we've got $20 budgeted for video entertainment, so maybe a couple of movies. Maybe he went and rented a couple of DVDs from a Redbox or something. $20 towards whatever small hobby he's got. Maybe he really likes books. $20 a month to save up for a vacation sometime in the year. And the $100 a month social budget. So that's for him to go out and hang out with friends outside of movies and whatnot. Extra $25 a month for clothing. It's a little scant, but he's got everything he really needs. Every now and then he might find a shirt that he likes that he's willing to pay full retail price or something for. And that's perfectly fine. Down here in the miscellaneous section, we've got toiletries. So that's his basic shampoo and soap, deodorant, razors, all that kind of good stuff, all within the toiletries. Maybe he wants to give gifts to some of his friends, so he'll have a monthly budget for the amount he's willing to gift. Now, as far as gifts are concerned, people tend to go really crazy at Christmas time. Do you know what? That's a social norm that's on everybody. But we do spend a lot of money we don't have at Christmas time. And I just challenge you to really think about what you're spending and why you're spending it at Christmas time. So next up, we've got charitable donations, so about 10% of his income to some charity, some cause of his choice. Grooming, so that'll usually take the form of 2 haircuts in a month. And then his $27 SGLI life insurance premium, which is automatically taken out of his paycheck. So right now his total expenses is about $568 a month. That's not bad. Most of his needs are taken care of, and this is really about wants for the most part. Next we have investment and savings. So we've got $145, or about 10% allocated to retirement, about $100 a month allocated to investing in paper assets. He's not really worried about a college savings fund or anything like that at this point. $100 a month to short-term savings, and then $100 a month to emergency savings. So his total savings and investment are $445, which brings his total investment and expenses per month to $1,013. And then he's got $152.68 left over to do what he will with it. Maybe he wants to give more gifts in a certain month. Maybe he just wants to hold that aside in cash. Either way, that's allocated for Airman Snuffy to do what he wants to do with that money and not worry too much about the long-term effects of it. So this is Airman Snuffy's overview for his tech school budget. He's got about 83% or $1,165 as usable income. So after all of his tax-related withholdings, his federal income tax, his Social Security, and his Medicare. The second is his total expenses, or about 40% of his gross income, which comes out to about $568 a month. Then his total investment each month is about $445, or about 32% of his gross income. And left over, he's got close to 11% of his income, so $153 roundabouts. As far as the withholdings, how much taxes are taken from his paycheck before he even gets to see it, it's $237, or about 17%. So here's an overview of his budget. We'll go ahead and get into more of the particulars about how he allocates some things, and we'll continue talking about how Airman Snuffy will continue on through tech school in the upcoming videos. If you like it, rate it and subscribe.